Okie dokie. Hey guys, how are you? I'm really excited. Let me get hold on, I wanna get this up. Give me 1 second. We're gonna get started. Hello to everyone who is watching. We are streaming live now on YouTube, and I'm doing something that I've never done before, and I'm really excited. And I think this is gonna become a regular thing. Um, Again, right now we're focusing on planners and journals. There is content coming out for print on demand as well as e-commerce. So there will be a lot of new content coming out. So for those of you who are in the planner journal world, you will not get bored. We're going to be talking about a lot of other things. But I want to get some kind of starting out content for planners and journals just so that I'm, helping to feed that side of the community. So hello, everyone. Welcome to Print School with Genesis Dorsey. My name is Genesis Dorsey, and I am technically now called your print coach. However, my background is in graphic and web design. I started a graphic graphic design agency, and then that culminated into going into product development and as well as business development with product development. And so I have the awesome honor to use my channel as an education tool to teach you about product development in the format of planners and journals, as well as passive products that are digital, such as online courses, workbooks, digital content, digital resources. And of course, I also teach on e-commerce as well, so that you have a platform in order to sell those products that I coach you on or teach you about. And so welcome to everyone. If this is your first time on this channel, first time seeing this content, be sure to hit that subscribe button and join the thousands of print school students who watch and really just dive into this content. My goal is that you learn, that you walk away learning and hopefully applying the information to your actual business. So today, hey Mo, how are you? Hey Mo. So today we're going to be doing something different. And we're going to be actually I'll be showing you guys some things that I bought. I decided to buy some planners and journals from Marshalls or Homegoods. I'm not sure how many of you guys are addicted to planners and journals, but I am. And as someone who actually has a design company that manufactures and helps to design and print planners and journals, I have a ton of them, right? And it's not even that I use them as kind of guide points. So today hey Barbara, today I'm going to just talk a little bit about what I purchased. We're going to talk about some things that I want you to understand when it comes to manufacturing and getting these products actually to market, and things that we actually need to consider when we talk about planners and journals. So here is a Marshall's bag, and I purchased several. One of them I think I'm actually going to use for myself. And we'll go to it. So I bought 4. We're going to go into each one. So today we're going to be reviewing 4 different planners and journals today. Okay. And 2 of them are spiral bound and 2 of them are vegan leather. Okay. So it's not real leather, of course, but it's vegan leather. So we're going to start with the journals, and then we're going to go into planners. Okay. So I'm going to flip this real quick. Okay. Actually, I think 3 of these are planners. Yeah, 3 are planners, 1 is a journal. Okay, great. So I want to talk to you about manufacturing, because I think sometimes people think that it's like, super cheap and all that kind of stuff. And you guys know, I have to dispel a lot of myths. And so we have here, these are 2 gold ring or spiral products. Okay, so these 2, as you can see here. Okay, these 2, like I said before, these are vegan leather. It's fake leather. Okay, and has this binding, and we're going to talk about this, but it has this binding where it has a paper lining on the inside. Okay, same thing with this one. It's a vegan leather, and it has paper lining on the inside. Okay. Now I want to talk to you about something that is very, 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 very important to know. When you see planners at Marshalls or Homegoods, okay, these are usual planners that either have been mass manufactured to be sold in these stores, or these were planners and journals that have some minor defects and did not make it to an actual, larger store. And so, with Marshalls and Homegoods, they basically get the things that are slightly slightly minorly defected, or sometimes it's just products that didn't sell, right? And so they ship them to these kinds of stores. And you'll notice that if you look at the price points, like for instance, this one right here, this is the planner. This one's only $4.99. This one here, okay, is $7.99. This gratitude journal, which I cannot wait to talk about, this one right here is $4.99. This one right here is $9.99, right? Now, the important thing to note though is that with these products, the actual price point that you would sell a planner like this for, right? As far as what it would cost for unit cost, this planner, to get this printed, this doesn't have any stickers, it's just line notes. You could get this printed for a unit cost of between, I would say, max $4 or $5, right? If you order like 500 of them. Right, you can get these for $4 or $5. Now it's being sold for $4.99, which means that they probably made at least 1,000 or 2,000, even 5,000, 10,000 of these, right, to be mass produced. So that means that they were probably able to get it down to maybe $1 or even $2, right? And so a lot of times you do not want to look at the price points of like the ones you get at Marshalls and HomeGoods as the price point that you should charge. On average, as I teach you guys, is that anything that is going to be bound with gold coil like this, gold or silver, or even a vegan leather cover, and this even has, if you look really closely, this has gold foil embossed on the front. I'm not sure if you can tell, but you can see that reflection. You could sell this to a major market, right? And this is like not wholesale, but most planners like these, especially if they have a kind of like niche content inside, between $30 to $60, right? So when we look at a lot of planners, you can sell them between $30 to $60 to your tribe. 30 to 60 at range. When you get into wholesale, when you're selling your planner or journal so in other words, in bulk to another company, you're going to be giving them a wholesale price. This is going to be usually cheaper than your actual retail price. But I'm going to tell you guys right now, you're not going to be selling your planners journals for $4.99, $9.99, $10.99. That is not that's not the way we're going to get to this game. Okay. Now, what is also important to note is you need to pay attention to it. There's a particular brand that is very popular at Marshalls and HomeGoods, and it's called, and I'm going to show you guys so you guys can see how, and this is the brand right here. Let's see if you guys can see this. Okay, they mass manufacture a ton of planners and journals that actually are at Marshalls and HomeGoods and TJ Maxx. Okay, they mass manufacture a lot of them. This one is Ecolo. I always butcher the name. So is this one by the same company, and so is this one by the same company. Okay, and they are not like a planner and journal where they have like they're not like Happy Planner or anything like that. They actually are manufacturers of planners and journals. Now, they're not a company that you can go to and say, hey, custom make my planner and journal. No, they are a wholesale company that does things like stationery, accessories. They do the travel badges. And what they do is they mass manufacture them, and then they are sold to companies at mass. Okay. And so we're going to go through these planners, and we're going to talk about each one. We're going to talk about features on the inside, and we're going to break down the more of like the great ideas that each one has. Okay, so we're going to let's start off with the gratitude journal. This is a perfect example of how, when I talked about in my last video, that journals do not need to have it doesn't have to be a 6-month journal. It doesn't have to be a 12-month journal. This is the gratitude journal. So it says a journal for gratitude and goals for an inspired day. So it starts off with this journal belongs to, okay? And then it goes into, and it's an undated gratitude journal that does not have like a set amount of time that it's for, right? All it has is today's date. It has, I'm grateful for, has 3 things to be grateful for the day. It has today I am. It has a doodle of the day. And then we move over to here, and it has a make it happen with your goals, to-do list, schedule exercise, and then the 3 meals of the day. Okay, this is what it looks like. Okay. Then what happens is that when you flip the page, it has notes. it has two pages of notes. Okay, that's it. Then guess what happens? It repeats. That's it. The whole entire journal is exactly what I just shared with you. It is this journal belongs to. It is a I'm grateful for. It is today I am. Again, doodle of the day. Then it has like what you're planning out for the day. 2 pages of notes, and then it just repeats. That's it. That's the whole entire one. That's it. That's all that's in this. But guess what? That's enough. This is the thing about journals and planners. Some of you are overcomplicating the layout. So a lot of times we're trying to stuff as much as we want in there. And remember, the beauty of products are not for you to stuff as much, is to make it what you actually want it to be. Now, if you do want it to have more features, awesome. But what I love about this is that it doesn't have like a set amount of like time or days. Like this may only be when you get done maybe 30 days or but it doesn't tell you how much. It's just when it runs out you would just get another one. That's it. This is by Clementine Paper Incorporated, and this was made in Taiwan, by the way. All of these products here are made in China. Okay, this is made in Taiwan. This was made in Taiwan. Okay. So these mass manufactured products are not being made down the street. Okay. Why? Because they want to get those unit costs down. Okay. So now let's go into this one. This is a planner. This is a 12-month Christian planner. It has 12 monthly planning spreads. It has a week per page spread. It has 6 sticker sheets. Okay. So this has a hardcover outside. This hardcover is basically like cardboard that's been wrapped, okay? And then it has a paper inside. And this is probably ideally what a lot of you guys would want to manufacture. This one has sticker sheets. So it has it has Bible study sticker sheets. Okay, cool beans. And you'll see these. Okay, and you can get this mass manufactured overseas. You can get it, this right here, you can easily get done overseas. Okay. It has tab dividers that are different colors. And the way that it does it is that it goes from January to June. You'll see the tabs that go from January to June. And then when you get to June, it restarts back up at the top here for July. Okay. So if I go back, you'll see the first 6. And then as I flip here at the bottom, right? See this? Flip, then the dividers start back up at the top up here. So it has color dividers. It has stickers. Okay, let's look at the layout. So this is a double-sided divider where it has divider here. You flip it, and there's also a quote on the back side. Okay. The layout. Let's talk about layout. Layout's important, especially if you're talking about 12 months. So we have 12 months to cover. How are they doing layout? So I really do like this particular planner. That's why I got this one. So with this one, it's very interesting. This one has an overview of the month. So a January 2020 overview of the whole entire month. Gives you the calendar, your to-dos for the month, your goals for the month, birthdays for the month, reminders, important dates. Then it goes into the whole month, laid out across 2 pages. Okay. Then it goes into your day-to-day. Now, remember, this is a dated planner, okay? So this has where your week is laid out across 2 pages, okay? And it just repeats itself for the whole month. So oh, wow, this is really, so this is it, right? That's it. So it doesn't, so this is important when we talk about 12-month layout, because they don't have a ton of bells and whistles because you have to fit 12 months in here. So what they do is they give you an overview for January, what you're doing the month of January, goals and all that. And then it is simply your overview calendar, okay? Then it goes into Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and it just repeats. There's no extra bells and whistles. When you get to the end of the month, it has 1 notes page, and then it goes straight into the next month. Right? So this is why when we talk about planner layout, journal layout, it doesn't have to be a ton of bells and whistles, especially if you're trying to fit in like a whole year into a planner. People ask me, how do you fit a whole year? Like, you have to really focus on layout and make sure that you don't have a ton of stuff that's really unneeded, right? And what I tell people is you have to realize that 10 features is your max, like 10 features. So when we look at this planner, for instance, it has a couple features that are maxing out. Number one, it has stickers. That's a feature because that takes up space. And that also increases the price as far as, how much it is per unit. We have dividers. That's a feature. We have an overview page. That's a feature. We have a monthly calendar. That's a feature. We have the weekly breakout. That's a feature. We have a notes page. That's a feature. So that's 6 features. That's enough. Like, that is enough. And if we look at it, it does the same thing and it repeats over and over again. Actually, there is a 7th feature, and that is that this makes it customized. It has custom scriptures per page. It does. So that is another feature that where even though the pages repeat, they don't really, because number one, it's a custom planner, which means that every page is custom, right? Because it has its specific days on it, as well as it has, special scriptures on the top, things like that. So with this type of product, again, this is a very simple layout. And again, what we see with this one, even with the gratitude journal, there's a lot of repetition, right? They're not like going crazy with these features. The only people going crazy with features are people with, smaller businesses. Trying to fit 30 features into one product. This is really good. So this is the Christian planner, okay? 12-month spread. This is good. I like it. Okay, let's go to this one. This is a smaller planner. I want to show you guys different sizes. So this size is a 7 by 8 and 8 3/4. Okay, so this is actually a pretty good size right here. I like this size. It's not too big. It's not 8.5 by 11 or 8 by 10, but it's enough to where they can write in it and they have enough space. Okay, this one is a 5.5 by 8 and 8.75 again. So it's similar it's the same height as this one. Okay, so it's the same height as this one. Okay, but of course it is skinnier. Okay, so this is more of like fits in your purse kind of thing. Okay, this one is a planner as well. It is a 52-week 12-month planner. Okay. And let's look at the layout with this one, because this one is very interesting. Hey, Brianna. Hey, Humble Queens. Hey, guys. How you doing? Hey, guys. I'm doing well. Enjoying this haul. Hey, Humble Queens. How are you? So this one is very interesting. This one takes the calendar as well, lays it out across 2 pages. And the reason why I got these different planners to show you is how layout is done. So with this planner, right? This had it to be where in each section, this one is not a 7 by 8. This one right here is a 5.5 by 8.75. This one right here, this is a 7 by 8.75. Okay, so this one is a 7 by 8.75. This one is a 5.5 by 8.75. Okay. So this one is interesting because with this one, the way that they did the layout, remember this one is also thicker than this one. So we're going to see how this one, it had to be where each month had its own like section, right? So in the front of this one, we had the stickers. And then as we went into each divider tab, there was a monthly overview. There was, a full-length calendar, and then it went to like the weekly sections. Well, this one covers the same amount of time. It's still a 2020 planner, except it does the layout in a way that makes it not have to be as thick. So let me show you how they did that. With this one, they did all of the calendar months in the front. So you see this? They did all the calendar months in the front. So it goes from January to then February to then March. So they're not like dividing out the sections like January and then February and then March. They put all the monthly calendars in the front. And then what they did is when you get to the end of the month, end of the year, after you get to December, which is here, let me show you what they do. It then goes right to January to the weekly layout. So it puts all of the monthly calendars in the very front, and then the rest of the pages are the actual weekly layout. And if you think about it, because there's weeks in a month, right? 4 or 5 weeks. So the way that they did it, it flows right to each other, and there isn't anything extra in this, right? So literally, all it is the layout, is the actual days. There are no like sections for like a to do. There are no, goals for the day. Like it's very like straightforward. The one thing that it does have is that it has scriptures at the top. This is again is like a religious one. I'm gonna show you guys a non-religious one, but it has scripture at the top, but that's it. And then when you get to the very end, it has 2 notes, like 3 note pages. That's it. That's it. That's the whole thing. So we can see a difference between this one and this. Much different, right? One's much thicker, one's much smaller. What makes a difference? Well, this one has a lot more features, right? Also, the layout was different. It went where in each section in January, you had the monthly overview, you had the whole month calendar, which this one did have, but this one has extra pages, right? You have you still have the day by day breakdown, except this one takes a whole week, right? Look at this one. So this is like a whole week stretch out on 2 pages. This one still does a whole week stretch out on 2 pages, but it's smaller, right? See? So this is why we have to think about layout, right? So if you want to do a 12-month plan, you want to do a 6-month, okay, cool. Just think about, okay, how are things being laid out? We saw that they put all of the months in front. This one had all the months in front. Okay. Then it did the rest of the actual weekly breakouts in the back, right? So either way, here is the one that I am most likely going to use. Now, this is a bigger planner. This is much wider. This is a 8x10. So I loved how when I went to the store, when did I go? Sunday night? I went Sunday night. I think it was Sunday? Saturday. I went Sunday. Sunday night sure was. So Sunday night, I got these planners, and I like this one because this one is an 8x10. So let's compare, just so you can see the. So this one is a 7x8.75. And this one up here is the 8x10. Okay, see the difference? Okay. So this one, this one is still a 2020 planner. Okay. It's not as thick as this one. Okay. So let's see how they laid this one out. I love, this is the one that I'm going to actually use. Now, me personally, I like bigger planners, and that's just because that's just me. That's just how I am. So this one I like because it's simple. And this one has the same concept as this one, right? Where it puts all of the months, the blank months in the front, and then it has the weekly breakout in the back, right? So you'll see here that it gives you January, February, all, and it just gives you, and I like this one because it does notes and to-dos on this sidebar here. Okay, so we go all the way to December, and then it does the same thing like the other one did. Then it takes you right into the weekly breakout, which is here. Right, so this is the day by day breakout. And this one has, I like this one because the way this one goes is that they put all, because of how big it is, see, this is the thing about it. You can put a whole week on one page if the page is big enough, right? Whereas with these, right, they could not put a whole week on one page. They had to divide it out into 2 pages because this is not as big. But with this one, they did the whole week on this page, right? Then on this page, it has notes, to-dos, reminders, goals of the week, right? So that's the cool thing about, hey, As Robertson, that's the cool thing about when you have a bigger one, you can like kind of really max it out. So this one runs all the weeks, right? It is run, this is the weekly breakout. So it runs to the very end of the year. And then it has a few to-do sheets. A few note sheets. And then that's it. That's it. That's it. So let's kind of bring some strategy into this of what are we learning from looking at these different planners, right? Number one, the first thing that, and I think I've mentioned this before, but you always want to do research, right? Before you design any planner, before you do anything, you need to research. And I love going to Home Goods. I love going to TJ Maxx. I like going to places where you can get a really like you're not paying $50 for one, but you can get a kind of inexpensive one. You also want to look at the ones that are $50, $60 just to see what's inside. What I will tell you is this: the more niche based the planner or the product is, usually the higher it is. All of these that we just looked at, these are not niche based journals or planners. So it's not like it's like even this one, this one says it's a gratitude journal, but it's not really like super niche where you're giving me like activities to do and instructions. This one is just more of like, what are you grateful for? Like that's it, right? But if let's say I create like a grateful brand and I wanted to create like grateful products, then you'll see that those journals and planners are much higher because they're much more niched. So the ones that are more generic like these, where you're just putting the planner and all that kind of stuff, you can actually make an awesome planner business by making it simple like this. But just make sure that it falls under like a brand, like some kind of movement, some kind of like branded mission, right? So this shows us that planners and journals do not have to be complicated. They don't have to have all these bells and whistles, right? But there are some major takeaways. Number one is good design. These are beautifully designed. These are beautifully designed. This one says woman on a mission. Let me take this one off. Okay. Now, the cool thing about this one that I like too is that this one has ribbon inside. It has 2 ribbon strands, right, that I can mark my day with. Right, I love this one. Okay, so it has the soft pink vegan leather. It's really nice. That's the thing about design. Design makes or breaks products, because a lot of times, especially when it comes to if you have a female audience, women like pretty stuff. I don't care what anyone says. Women like pretty stuff. This one also has a ribbon inside. It has a gray ribbon inside. And let me show. This one has a gray ribbon inside. Okay. And this one has like a marble cover. It has, again, the gold embossed where it kind of reflects in the light, right? This one is also pretty. It has like a watercolor cover, right? Scripture on the front. This one has color pages, color tabs, right? So it's really, really chic, really, really pretty. It's very important that when you are producing planners and journals that you do pay attention to the branding, the design, right? When we look at the layout of these, first of all, the fonts, they all match, it's not like everything looks so random, right? The design is clean and organized, right? So it's really important that even though these planners may not be super niche, they are very well designed products, which helps them to sell well. So we want to make sure that, number one, we have that we do our research. Number two, they are well designed. Number three, they don't have to have all the bells and whistles. Keep it simple. Again, we looked at 4 planners today. Now, again, we also looked at the binding. We have 2 that are like vegan leather, right, kind of types, right, where they're bounded. This is important to look at the binding. This is bound. Hold on, so you guys can see. You guys to see how this looks. I'm sure you guys can see this. The light, what the lighting is, so let me get away from the light so y'all can, you may not be able to see it. Where's that? There we go. Okay, cool. So do you guys see that? You guys see that? Okay, look closely. So right here, right, it's wrapped in the vegan leather, and then the book pages are bound right here. You guys see that? Right, they're bound right there, but then it's wrapped. The whole thing is wrapped by the vegan leather, by this like kind of fake leather, whatever thing, right? Okay. Oops. This one, right, bound by the coil. So we have a hard cover, and really it's not really hard cover. This is cardboard. This is actually cardboard that has been wrapped, right? So it's cardboard that has been wrapped, and then a piece of paper is stuck on the back for protection. Not really protect, just the cover, actually where the cover is, right? So this is bound by the coil. Okay. Now, in order to do this, Okay. We talked about this a little bit on the Q&A that I did for December. If you haven't watched that, there's a lot of information. But to manufacture these types, you need to either find a manufacturer in state or you need to go overseas, right? So, which one was Taiwan? This one was Taiwan, I think. Yeah, this is Taiwan. These are all China. These are all China. Okay. What's important to know is that if you want to get something like this done, there is Vervante. Vervante is in the United States. Vervante Publishing does offer to do planners like this. The thing about it is that if you do them through Vervante, you don't have to order like 1,000 of them, 500 of them, but your unit cost is going to be higher because you're not getting these mass manufactured. And if I was going to order a minimum of 500, I would not go in state. I would go overseas because it's much cheaper. But if you want to start out with a few, that's fine. Go to Vervante. Just know that your unit costs are not going to be like $5. Okay, there's not going to be $5. Not going to be $6. Okay, you're repaying over usually $10 for something like this to get done, especially you want stickers, you want the, gold foil, kind of embossing, right? All that good stuff. So you have to make sure you know what you're paying for. Again, let me point this out again, is that you can make whatever you desire. If you want to do vegan, you can do this. You can get this done. Just know that you're gonna have to pay for it, right? So this is why we have I have the $500 planner and journal business ebook that drops this weekend. If you have not gotten that, I don't know what you're doing. So you need to go to. Let me show you guys where to go if you have not ordered your ebook. Okay. You need to go here, glamprintgo.com/school. And it is basically the ebook that's going to teach you how to start your planner or journal business for under $500, either $500 or less. And the ebook is only $10. And we've had over 100 people order theirs. And I'm really excited about this. So if you have not gotten yours, you need to get on that ASAP. But this is why, too, when it comes to doing a $500 or under type of business, you will not be doing these types of planners or journals. I'm going to give you that fact right now. Okay. You're not going to be doing these types. You're going to be more than likely starting off with a self-publishing company that you could probably do like coil, right? But you're not going to be able to do this. Okay. It will wipe out your $500 budget. Okay. Now, again, what I'm going to be teaching you in the $500 budget for planners and journals is how to do like self-publishing where it's bound like a book, not vegan leather. So you won't be able to do this. Okay. But you will be able to do like what I first launched, which was the Royal Prayer Journal, which is a paper bound, right? Paper bound book. Because when you get into the other types of bindings, it gets expensive, especially if you're not ordering in bulk, right? And that's just I gotta say this over and over again because it seems like no matter how many times I say this, people are still like, "Oh, well, I'm gonna launch coil." I'm just like, you can't. You can't. It's outside the budget. You can't do it. And you can. You got to stack up some more money. Okay. But this is why I tell people start off with something that's a little bit less expensive to just get your foot out there. And then as you stack more and more money, take that money, invest it into the company so that you can then launch out and do a full scale ordering of these types of planners and journals. Again, Vervante does offer them where you can do those types where they do where you can get like a few printed. It's just important to note that it's going to be a much higher unit cost. And so if you have a $500 budget, it may eat all that up if you order like 10 of them or 20 of them, right? So if you order 20 at $10, it's already $200. And that can be, it means you only have $300 left for your budget. So when it comes to self-publishing with like paperback journals, you can get those printed for like $3-4, and so that's kind of a better trade-off to get started to get off the ground, right? And so that's just important. Just want to go over that. But yeah, you definitely want to go to this link if you want to get that ebook. Again, it's the My $500 planner and journal business, and it teaches you on how to start your planner journal business for under $500. I did mine. It was under $500. That's all I needed to start my planner journal business. I was not able to start with these because I was not yet in that market yet, but I did start off with a paper bound journal and it sold amazingly. We had released some this winter. We had over 500 orders, y'all. That's the reason why I haven't posted anything since on that account. I'm tired. And people are still getting them, and so I was just, it's amazing. But those are just paperback. I mean, they sold like crazy. Those are just paperback journals, y'all. So it shows you on how, like, you don't have to have a crate, it needs to be well designed, it needs to be well laid out, it needs to serve a purpose. It doesn't have to be a grand purpose, it doesn't have to be a small purpose, but it needs to serve a purpose, it needs to serve an audience. And so again, hopefully you guys enjoyed this haul where we looked at different planners and journals. We looked at their layouts. If you guys would like to see more videos like this where we go through a planner or journal and we assess them, but again, these came from Homegoods, the Marshalls, Homegoods, Marshall/Homegoods store, where you can get a ton of these. And remember, today we looked at a company called, I always butcher the name, but Ecolo. And if you actually go to the journal and planner section in Homegoods or Marshalls, they produce maybe 75% of all the planners and journals that are in there. Okay. They also produce a lot of the passport covers and tags that are sold at Marshalls and Homegoods. So they are a mass manufacturer of these products that are then sold to Marshalls, Homegoods, and things like that. And so it's important to note that, again, like I said before, you may look at the price and say, oh, this is only $5. No, guys, that's not how much you want to sell your planner journal for. Okay, no, you're not. So some last minute announcements. Again, be sure to go to glamprintgo.com/school to get your ebook to pre-order. Pre-orders will be sent out to all the emails on January 11th, which is this weekend. What else? Oh, the community page. That's what it is. Guys, make sure you go over to the community tab here on the channel because we have a couple things that we are voting on and that we are discussing. And let me just pull those up just so I can remind you guys to go over there and hop over there. Our community is growing. So there's two major things that I want you guys to do if you have not already done them. The first thing is that you want to join the email list. Just to kind of give you a major announcement if you have not already known, but Print School is the new official name of the YouTube channel. It's still going to say Genesis Dorsey, but like I said before, this account will be focusing on everything print, from planners and journals to e-commerce and print-on-demand products, also as well the business behind it. And so this account, what we're doing with this account is we're going to be moving all of the religious content, the Bible studies, all that to another channel. And I'll be dropping that link once we transfer everything over. So I won't be dropping the link yet. Wait until I get all this stuff moved over. So this account will be solely for learning about planners, journals, and all that, because I think there was a lot of it just had so much stuff that were all different paths. And I want to make sure that everything is organized and that when people come to this channel, they get exactly what they're looking for. And so what we're doing is that we now have an email list that's just for this, because people were joining my regular email list. They're like, yeah, I'm not really interested in all this other stuff. And so now you can go to glamprintgo.com/school, the same link. And if you go on that, you can join Print School. And Print School is the free community where you're going to start to get emails. You're going to start to get a weekly strategy. You're gonna get one email a week of a weekly strategy in reference to Print School, in reference to running this kind of business. And it's also going to be, this channel is going to be where we're going to also talk about a lot of other things concerning, so branding, design. We're going to talk about a lot of things on this channel. So this channel is going to be like a school, that. My goal is to make it to where you have free information as well. Now on the community tab here on YouTube, I asked 2 questions I want to get your guys' votes for. And you may have to scroll down because one of them was 3 days ago. And so 3 days ago, I posted a couple questions. The first one was, did you guys want to do Q&A nights? So I had done a Q&A for December. It was 2 hours long. That was really long. I don't think I want to do that again, but it covered a lot. And so someone mentioned this. That was a really good point. And that was, where was it? Who said it? The King's Queen. And she said, she was like, listen, Genesis, she said, you provided so much information already. So I don't want to keep on saying the same thing. So what some people have voted for was doing it like once or twice a month where you submit your questions and I'll answer them. So if you want to vote for that, say, hey, Gigi, can you do it once a month or twice a month? Go to the community tab and vote on that. The second thing that's in the community tab is that I'm going to be doing a design training. You guys have been asking me, Genesis, how do you design planners and journals? And I'm not a graphic designer. And so a lot of people are asking like, hey, do you do InDesign? I do, but the majority of people who watch my content are not like InDesign experts and or a part of the whole Adobe suite thing. And so I'm gonna be teaching you guys how to use Canva to do your journals and planners, as well as Pages by Apple. I'm a huge Mac lover, and one of the things that I'm not sure if anyone knows, but my first two journals that I made were done in Pages by Apple. And I can do a planner in Apple and Apple Pages in like 2 days flat. Like, it is amazing. And I don't think a lot of people understand the power of Apple and the power of Pages. It is some crazy stuff. And so if you know how to work it, oh my God, it's good. I'm also teaching you though Canva, because a lot of you guys use Canva. A lot of you guys aren't graphic designers, so Canva is like your best bet. And I'm going to teach you how to maneuver it, because a lot of times when you send your product to print, you have to think about things like bleed, trim, margins, all that good stuff to make sure stuff isn't getting cut off. So in Canva, they don't really have like real measurement tools for that. Like, it's not like you can really, they have a few things, but it's not like InDesign or even Pages would be. So I'm going to teach you how to use it and how to make this stuff look pretty without using their templates. Because one of the things that I want to teach you guys too is how to like design your own stuff. Because when you use templates, this is just to put it out there. When you use templates, especially trying to like make like your own brand, it's going to be what someone else's planner looks like, right? And that's just the realistic of it. Now, I do recommend templates that you can customize and change. So like, I know Barbara, I'm not sure if he's on there, but Barbara Everett, she is releasing a pack of Canva templates for your planners and journals that you can just drop in and use. Now, I'm not sure if she's going to be releasing the commercial license with them, so you can use them for you to sell for yours. But, she's coming out with ones that you can edit. So that's like awesome. But a lot of you guys are buying ones that you can't edit. And if you can't edit them, you basically have the same inside like someone else has, right? And so it's really, really, really important for you to think about how to learn how to do your own design. So I'm gonna be teaching you like layout, spacing, like colors, how to get illustrations, like how to really make yours look really pretty and amazing. Okay. So if you want to vote for which one you want, whether you want Canva, whether you want Apple Pages, you can vote for that on the channel. The last thing to vote for is that we are thinking about, there's a couple of you guys who emailed me about, Genesis, would you consider doing a Facebook group where we could, ask our, each other like questions, have support in the launching of our planner and journal. And so I did put it out there for you guys to vote for. Right now we're at 66%. When I said 34%, it was like, listen, I'm good with the email and the YouTube, because to be honest, I don't really want to launch something if it's something that you guys don't actually think you'll need to use, because we have a very strong community here on the channel. So you guys can talk to each other, you guys can comment. And so, we're just going to see how that goes. So guys, again, if you have not ordered your ebook for the My $500 Planner and Journal Business, you need to do that today. Okay. It comes out on the 11th. It will be resold for officially $29.97, because it is worth that and actually a lot more. And it will actually be going to print. Yes, that's a huge announcement. So once it's released for ebook, we actually will be releasing it for print. We did not make it available for print yet because it's not ready for print. And so I'm going to be working on that to make it available for print. And then we're doing classes and courses on it soon. So that's why I'm like trying to get everything out. But guys, I'm getting you guys what you have been asking for and what you have been needing. So guys, again, thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions and you're watching the live, or you're watching the replay, all I need you guys to do is I need you guys to just comment below in the description box, and I will get to you guys. Okay, so guys, I will see you guys later, and be sure to tune in for another live video. Bye guys, see you later.